Well, good evening. Hello, and welcome to the Farm Drive with me, David Kagina. And today I'm not alone. Joining me is Vitambulishe.
Brand Wonder. It's the guy who does news for you.
So interestingly, probably you know this face because you've been seeing him doing news. You will be seeing him very soon venturing into features. But I brought him on board today because of one main reason. The topic we will be discussing today.
All right.
And now the problem with here is that I can't really exactly surprise you guys. Because the tags will be popping up any minute and they'll be selling me out on the topic we'll be discussing today. However, feel free. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Farm Drive and we are running from now all the way to 6 p.m. and today we are having a very interesting conversation.
Absolutely.
Matters. Today we are going to be on board. On board is a pig farmer. Breaking news. On board is a pig farmer. Brian Wenda. And so today we'll be delving more into the topic. Karibu sana, Brian.
Asante sana. At Farm Drive here, you do value addition.
Yes.
Absolutely what you want us to talk about.
Here we delve basically into value addition. So by the end of this conversation, anyone rearing pigs or thinking into getting into pigs farming or pig farming, or someone thinking of how they can, get into the value chain of the pig farming,
All right, absolutely.
they will be properly informed. We hope so by the end of this conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
hope so.
Yeah, but before we go, we delve too much into the conversation. This being Farm Drive, it's never a show unless we go through the traffic updates because it's Farm Drive. We are driving, and looking at Mombasa Road, there's a little bit of traffic on Mombasa Road. I believe, the construction of the expressway is causing some traffic.
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. I think they're doing some really good job.
A
though,
brilliant
also.
job.
Yeah.
My favorite part on the expressway is around Bellevue, around the
Oh
bridge.
yeah, I know why, man.
There's some beautification that's going on there.
Actually, yeah.
I don't know what exactly is happening, but I love what I'm seeing right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, at Nyayo Stadium, those using Thika Road at Nyayo Stadium, there has been a slight accident where two pedestrians have been hit by a vehicle that has skidded off the highway due to the ongoing rains. So, but that's besides the highway. So even if there's a snarl up a little bit in traffic, that should be sorted in a little bit. And then I think that's majorly it. Ngong Road, as usual, bit of traffic, and also there's a little bit of crackdown.
Is there a crackdown?
There's
By
a
NTSA?
crackdown ongoing.
And
so you would want to be compliant. I'll not tell you where they are, so you don't escape. Kindly be compliant.
No, I think I know. Some time back, I was driving on some road somewhere. But then sikuwa na license. So, and then nakutana na wase wa NTSA. Oh man! You know what just helped me? It's just the type of car that was there.
You are so lucky.
I was very lucky so ikusimamishwa. And actually what I did ni kufanya venye watu madere wa matu fanya. Hujakaa tu nyuma yake ingine hapo soka kisimamisho na una sprint hivi tu.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is not what to do. Ensure that you try as much as yes, there is indeed a crackdown and inspection, so you better ensure that you're compliant. Come on, insurance, ensure that you can take one for yourselves. The beauty about nowadays is that we have mobile, you can take insurance through your phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can renew your insurance, so it becomes easier. Yes, I think that's it from traffic. Just check a little bit on what's trending or what's making news right here on the conversations.
All right.
Livondo. Livondo is trending.
Livondo is trending.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Kagna. And we were watching this together with you. Someplace Mali.
Yeah.
And it was quite shocking what he said. For security purpose. And the biggest reason as to why it's trending, it's because of this summoned by DCI. He has been summoned to appear on is it Monday? I think next Monday to shed a light on the same. And it's the electioneering period where different politicians will go saying different things that they think they know.
Yes.
And even in politics, it's not, even if things happened, but you don't have facts about them, Na pia unajua unaongelelea mdosi.
Be careful.
Be very careful. Be very careful. You know, you can gain political marriage from different ways. You just not need to, you know, say what you're saying, because at some point can be incitement. And I hope the DCI will do their job.
Yeah, we really hope they look into that issue, because we are headed into a very sensitive period.
Absolutely.
We are headed to elections, and Kenyans hold elections at heart.
Yeah.
I hope this one will be different.
Yeah.
But leaders should also be very cautious in what they say, matters what they say. And these bodies should actually take strict, you know, I've never had someone has been jailed because of inciting someone. So what they do is kesi kidogo, and then that case goes below underwater. We really hope that during this period they'll be really watchful.
You remember you saying that even somebody willing to have a wedding in Kenya right now, and your political temperatures are high. So no guys, we are not in political temperatures, and politicians out there should also be cautious with what they're saying, so that we can also continue with business.
Yes, and concerned brand. I've been listening to most of these politicians and what they're talking about. Have you heard any one of them address matters agriculture?
You know, when you talk about even matters agriculture, right now there are demonstrations, national, by different groups, human rights groups, consumer groups, where they want to sensitize the national government of where the cost of living is right now. You know, it's quite interesting. Even the cost of living has gone so high. Food inflation in specific,
it's way high.
And they're saying reduced the cost of food.
Yes, but I've seen some reactions by some stakeholders in agriculture, would say, quoting this is Fred Machoka, the man behind
with a big ranch.
Yes, and he was saying, you know, his input into the matters agriculture. He was saying that the prices of food are at their lowest right now, even as we speak.
Yeah.
The problem are brokers.
Do you know, Kagna? Can I interest you? It's the whole value chain that is broken.
So there's a break somewhere in the value chain.
The break is here. Let's talk about the cost of nyanya alone. Let's break it down. Right now, season ya nyanya. Right now, most of the farmers were anticipating some rains.
Yes.
So nyanya as a produce is low. Second thing, Kagna, if you don't know, and it's one of the bites that we got. We were in Meru last week. And it's one of the bites we got from different farmers and sellers.
What do they say?
They say the cost of fertilizer has made them not use fertilizer. So the produce, the quantity of produce that is being produced, and even looking forward even to be produced in the next season, during planting and everything, is going low. So season first cocoa drought, second thing fertilizers in
prices are way too high.
That thing, it's even the prices of now farm inputs.
Interesting. We'll be delving into that conversation in detail, and now looking specifically at fattening the profits.
All right.
For big farmers.
Yeah.
Actually, that is the actual results of what we will be discussing today.
Absolutely.
But basically today we'll be looking at, you know, you have your pigs. What should you be looking out for? You have your pigs ready. How can you get? How can you add value for these animals that you have with you? Just all those things. And with us right here, we are very privileged to be having Brian in studio. And just to a brief overcheck on what's trending on Twitter. There's Wanjigi leading right there. There's Amerix, weirdly, today is a Monday. Ngong Road, there has been a number of accidents on that road, and I believe that's why there are concerns. Yes, as you were talking about, you know, the issue on the high cost of living. 2 kg sugar is trending right there.
2 kg sugar.
And then we have Livondo right here. We've highlighted on what they're talking about. There's Ndoma. I hope it's the other route we're talking about. And then Mudavadi is trending here. That's politics. Sagana 3. That's politics. Handshake. That's politics. And then we have Duale trending right here in Nyando.
All right.
That's it for what's trending right now. Now you're updated on what's making headlines and how the traffic looks like. Now, to a very interesting topic today, Brian. For those who do not know, this young man here, the last time I hosted someone as an expert in an area, I was speaking to Noah Nasiali, the CEO over here.
Yeah.
So the guy has 15 years experience in farming.
Absolutely. In
Yes.
the world doing it.
Yes, and maybe those watching out there were thinking, farming. Maybe farming is for old people, people who are stabilized in life. But I think your presence here breaks that notion. And pig farming, how many pigs are you keeping, sir, so far?
I'll say right now we have 19. We had 20 last week. We happened to lose one to bloating.
Oh, so there's bloating for pigs too.
Yeah, there's bloating for pigs. There's bloating for pigs. Once it doesn't, the quality of the feeds that it does it, at some point they might lack some bit of fiber.
And that brings about a problem in digestion.
Carbohydrates are not done that. So we're still doing the post-mortem to understand, is it the feeds? Is it was the disinfectant over concentrated? So once ukikanyaga alafu ingia ndani kwa pen, maybe mtu mwenye alikanyaga, so maybe ile unajua pigs zinaishigi zikiwa zinafanya sniffing around and well, so it's also another option. Another option is maybe somebody fed it something.
Sorry for that. Sorry for the. It was a mature one.
It was a mature one. It had 8 piglets. But then let's focus on the positives.
Again, farming has its ups and downs. The last time we were here having a conversation, we were talking about when the market fails.
When the market fails.
When the market fails, what happens? We've had stories of people stuck with tons of produce.
Yeah, absolutely.
With nowhere to take them.
But the quite interesting thing about it, from the last show that you had with Noah, it was his turning point.
Yeah, sure.
And that's how we are even here, to sensitize farmers of the problems that they're facing and walk you through the whole journey.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start off this very interesting topic, we're talking about the whole value chain in the production of, or rather in the growth of pigs. I'll be giving you some facts. Let me share some facts about pigs. There has been misconceptions around about pigs. And by the end of this conversation, not only will you be knowing some things about pigs,
absolutely,
but you'll also be knowing where is your place in the value chain.
Yeah.
Yes. So, first and foremost, Brian, you can tell them if I lie. If I lie, you are here to witness. There's an experienced pig farmer. I'll be giving you the facts and he'll be verifying whether they are true or false.
No.
So the first one, probably you got this misconception from growing up, some of you, is that pigs are very clean animals.
Yeah, absolutely.
True or false?
Pigs should be very clean. Actually, do you know, quite interesting, pigs love water and clean water. And pigs love kuoshwa. Zinapenda kuoshwa.
Lovely. We'll be getting to those facts in a while. So probably you were told your room looks like one of a pig, like a pigsty. No, a pigsty is very organized. Actually, there's something, I hear they don't defecate where they sleep unlike other animals.
Do you know, Kagna, it's quite interesting what they do. A pig is intelligent. And let no one lie to you, there's somebody pick something.
They're actually intelligent than dogs.
They're quite interesting. And you know how intelligent a dog can be. Interesting. Pigs, how they sleep, where they sleep, where they eat, where they drink their water, and where they go put their nini, they go to drop their waste is totally different. And they know they never do that.
So they naturally partition.
Yeah, they partition naturally.
Quote unquote their spaces.
Mahali wanakunywa maji. Ndo wataenda hapo next waste. You see? So if you have big nipples, zile za kukunywa ili isipate waste.
Yeah.
Kanakuja tu kanagonga kama hapa, kanagonga, maji inatoka, kanamaliza. Hapa next ndo tu itaka waste. Somehow it's intelligent. Funny enough, it's somehow intelligent.
Actually, in the animal world, among the animals that we have, pigs are rated as number 5, the most intelligent animals.
It's interesting. It's very interesting.
Stands at number 5. It's actually more trainable than a dog.
Kakna, can I give you one very interesting thing that I also found as a farmer? The day that they walianza kwenda choo wadogo. Do you know hakuenda any place? Walienda mali. Hata mama yao kuwa naenda. Juu hata mama yao kidogo alikuwa na some sijui ni kutoelewa ama nini. So angeenda maybe nini wall mzima kutoka place inakula hadi
an entire wall.
Walienda wakakaa place moja. You can see a pig inatoka mali na lala. Kanaenda kana nini, kana kwa joo huko na kanafanya hizo vitu zote. Kana lala. Na kajafunzwa.
Wow. So you can verify that fact that indeed pigs are very clean. The other fact that you want to that might surprise you is that probably remember you are sweating like a pig. Pigs don't sweat. Pigs actually don't sweat. Yeah, because they don't have sweat glands.
Pigs don't sweat, and it's one big problem. There's a day we were transporting pigs from Moranga to all the way to Timao. That is in Nanyuki.
Nanyuki.
Meru. In between Nanyuki and Meru. So, and quite interesting, Kakna, kabla tujatoka Moranga, zilimwagiliwa maji. So that
so their bodies can cool down.
Pigs love cold environments.
Because now they can sweat, so they don't know how to deal with warmth.
Yeah, they don't know how to deal with warmth. And then pigs zinakuwaga na fat layer. So this fat layer ina insulating against cold. So either way, you don't need.
They can't freeze.
Yeah, they can freeze. So it's like
you don't need a heat source in their rooms.
It's like a hippo.
Oh wow! These and many more.
Yeah.
And maybe the last one. I think this one we have highlighted. But just to cap it on its own, it's that pigs are intelligent than your dog. Yeah, your dog is normally around a toddler. The intelligence of your dog matches a toddler of around 2 years old. For pigs, it can match one of around 4 years old. So that tells you that pigs are very intelligent. We'll be looking at those facts in every segment right in this conversation, even as we open up this conversation for discussion. And yes, you have been growing pigs for the longest time ever. And there are a number of challenges. You know, when we hear about pigs, we know them. Yes, we've countered that myth over here about how pigs are, their productivity, about how dirty they can be. But what are some of the highlights of some of these things that you really need to put in place when rearing pigs? Just to start off, because the whole process of value chain begins in the production. Because if you do not rear the right kind of pigs, you will not find the right kind of market.
Absolutely, that's why we bring in the first point. Breeds. Breeds are very important.
Pigs have breeds.
Pigs have breeds.
Wow.
Pigs have breeds. Ever seen a black and white pig?
Yeah.
Ever seen a purely white pig?
Yeah. Okay, are they white or pink? Or there's white and pink?
There's white and pink.
Oh, the pink ones don't grow all to white.
White in your head, my friend. Ever seen a longer pig than the other?
Yeah. Doesn't come with age?
It's not about age.
It's breed.
It's breed.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll break it down right now.
Yes.
Now, the white and black pig, which has some touch of brown, is a duroc. It's called a duroc.
A duroc.
A duroc.
So you said the pig has it's black and white.
Yeah, black and white.
Some trace of brown.
Yeah, patches of black and white. And some unaona kwa umbali iko na ka brownish juu ya nini.
Brown coming.
Yeah. So some brown coming. And at some point can also be black and white, evo too.
Purely.
Yeah, purely. But then they're called durocs. Now they make the best fathers. But not mothers. Fathers.
How so?
Now what they do
is there a difference?
Durocs, Durocs put on weight first. You know, when looking for a father and a mother, they should have different characteristics.
So does this mean when it comes to pig breeding or pig rearing, there's no exactly a pure breed?
You know, quite interesting. I'll interest you this fact. There's no pure breed in Kenya.
Of pigs?
Yeah.
All of them are
crossbreeds. Yeah, they are a result of a combination of this and the other. The only pure breeds, I think, in Uganda, Uganda and other parts of the world, but then in Kenya there's no pure breed. So let no one lie to you that when they're selling to you,
that they're selling to you a
selling
pure breed.
Yeah,
of,
true. There's no pure breed. Now let's just even go straight to the point. Now, the best combination you can have for your farm right now is, let's start with the fathers. The fathers should be, according to the standards that we have in our farm, it's a Duroc.
So Duroc make the best fathers.
The best fathers, and this is the reason, because they put on weight very fast. The rate at which they put on is way beyond any other.
Also, they are the best.
They're the best when it comes to fathers.
Looking for weight.
Yeah, when you're looking for weight. But don't look for Duroc when you're looking for mother. Now, the mother is
but
fast.
But you don't want children who have weight.
No, this is where the secret comes in. Where the weight comes in, it's in the children.
So the children inherit the weight gaining ability of the father. But
then if it's from the mother, first the mother will give you a small litter size. Inaweza kupa hadi 4. Ilienda bro from moja, and we found 2 piglets.
2 piglets.
Sasa kuna mtu amepatiwa 2 piglets no pocket change yake kwa sababu he has close to 19 piglets. So wow. You're all in business, remember? And it shows a Duroc.
So even as we prepare to break briefly, you're saying that Durocs gain weight faster.
Yeah, Durocs gain weight faster.
So they're better fathers because piglets gain their
genes,
inherit the genes of gain weighting from the males.
Absolutely.
And they are poor mothers because they have a small litter.
Yeah.
In that they do not give a sufficient number of piglets.
One more thing about the mothers, and actually it's one of the most interesting factor. You know, when a pig is about to breastfeed its kids, inapaswa kulala na ilale kabisa, iache venye watoto wata
freely access the
mammary glands. A Duroc, ukiona nguruwe imelala hivi imelala hivi, ayo tujue imekataa. Now that's what they do, most of them, because they also not produce enough milk. Durocs don't have the genes to.
So they're not good mothers in general. They can't. They give small litters. They don't love, suckling their young ones. And they give a small number.
A small number
of young ones.
Yes.
Now you know among the best breeds. We'll be delving more into this conversation so that we can ensure that if you're delving into pig farming, at least you can make the maximum out of that sphere. We're headed for this short commercial break. We'll be back after that with more on these details. Remember, we haven't even talked about the sales of the pig. We will get to that conversation. We haven't even looked at who buys those pigs and how much they buy them. So we'll be delving into all that in this conversation. Don't go far.
All right.
is a dark leafy vegetable that originated in Persia. Spinach is a superfood as it is loaded with tons of nutrients in a low-calorie package. Spinach has been used by various cultures throughout the history. Spinach is a versatile vegetable and can be eaten raw or cooked. It can be incorporated quite easily in any diet as it is cheap and easy to prepare.
Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the top proportion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there is at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food but also for treatment for numerous conditions.
Agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and raising livestock. Agriculture provides most of the world's food and fabrics. It is not only a source of food and income, but also creates employment opportunities for many people in the world. Over 1 billion people worldwide work in agriculture, generating 2.4 trillion for the global economy. The global impact of farming on the environment is revealed that 40% of the Earth's land is now given over to agriculture. Agricultural development is one of the most powerful tools to end extreme poverty, boost shared prosperity, and feed a projected 9.7 billion people by 2050. And we, the Our Farmers Media, roll the carpet for you as we welcome you to our thrilling farm visits to different farmers that educate and inspire you in different sectors in agriculture. Catch us also on our shows on all our social media platforms as we bring you educative and informative information that will help you learn and guide you on your agriculture journey to success. Our farmers attain knowledge and grow profits.
Welcome back. In case you're joining us right now, then we arrive right here on Farm Drive with me, David Kagina, and I'm not alone.
You with me, Brand Wonder.
Yes, today we are delving into a very interesting conversation. But even as we continue with today's conversation, right here with me are two goodies, yes, from Omnia Nutrology. Omnia is a company that does these products. For example, this is Mega Kelp. On my right hand, this is Mega Kelp. Brian, you see something interesting, even as we talk about pigs, even plants undergo stress as well.
Yeah, plants do undergo stress, and they will show you. by turning in color.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now this mega kelp, the product from Omnia, comes in handy because what it does, the best example in Nilipewa, when I was conversing with someone about the product, is that this is you see those energizers, those energy drinks,
All right.
for your plants. Yeah. Yes, when they have undergone too much stress.
Yeah.
Now, once you issue these mega kelp, they become better off.
All right.
On this other hand, I'm holding rhizovator. So rhizovator, what rhizovator does is it increases the roots and shoot biomass.
But do I need better roots?
You see now,
Okay.
the beauty about having more roots is that you feel better.
Yeah.
I've been giving this example over and over again, assuming we were having a plate of pilau right here with us, and I had 4 hands and you had only 2. I would be consuming more food because I'd be having an advantage over you.
Absolutely.
And that is exactly what happens for these plants when they have, more roots with a rhizovator. Remember, this is all courtesy, or they all from Omnia Nutrology. In case you need them, in case you want to know what store you can reach out to purchase these products and get more details about their benefits and an explain of that. Remember to visit their websites. That is. And Omnia, and they're pushing for organic farming, pushing you to, utilize these things and ensure that you better your soil for the benefit of your plants.
Absolutely.
Yes, Brian. Allow me to put these away right here.
No worries.
Even as we continue with our conversation, even as we dive back to, we were having an interesting conversation on pig farming before we went for that break, and you mentioned something about the best breed, and you said it was Duroc. Yeah. For those joining, yes, we said Brian here earlier told us about a breed of pigs. Breeds have pigs, yes. Pigs have breeds, or rather, and he said Durocs gain better biomass quickly. Yeah, they gain weight quickly, and but they're good fathers. Because pigs inherit weight from their fathers, but they're poor mothers because they give a small litter. Yeah. You said around 2 to 4 piglets. That is not something you want to, if you are looking forward to making profits. From the business in itself. If you're growing them for business, and again, they don't lactate their young ones properly. And now, Brian, now that we are there other good pig breeds probably we can highlight briefly before we go into now things that to the end process now where the viewer now wants to listen.
Now, all right. We have put aside the father.
Yes.
We have defined the father, and it's called a Duroc with its features. Let's go to the mothers. The mothers, ever seen a large pig in terms of length?
Yes,
White.
they're longer
White.
pigs.
And then the masikio yao huanguka. So kinaangaliaga hivi tu.
Oh yeah, it's
called a large white.
Looks like
as the name looks.
Okay, it looks like a
foal.
kama nguruwe.
Yeah, nguruwe in real sense now. Now they call large white. They're large and white, and then they drop their ears. So they make one of the best mothers.
For those who know.
Yeah. Now they possess the opposite of
the Duroc females.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they okay, even their length, does it come with an increased number of,
yeah, actually, do you know what? It's quite interesting. Even as you go by pigs, always count the number of mammary glands.
Wait, bana.
Teats, sorry. The number of teats.
So you go down and start counting the number of teats.
And that was Sabu, my friend.
Bana, we are not just looking at pigs, remember, ukitaka kumchinja nguruwe chagua aliyenona. Now we are counting teats.
Now, if you want to go buy a pig from a farmer for your farm, and always up with the number of teats on the mammary gland. Now that ensures that they should not be less than 14. 17.
So a minimum of 14 teats for a good mother. For you to identify a good mother.
For a good mother. A person who are less than.
So Duroc is definitely way lesser than this.
Duroc has less. And at some point, the mothers they even give birth to even more than 20.
So at least each piglet needs a teat of its own.
Do you know one interesting thing? Nguruwe ikiweka mdomo yake kwa tit moja, when it's young, itaishi kusakwa hadi imalize.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
They don't change?
They don't change.
So each piglet has its own teeth?
Absolutely.
Permanent?
They mark their territories.
They don't mix?
They don't. Nilikuwa na tuwili tulikuwa tunapigana kwa sababu ya mammary gland moja. Na kuna nyingine huku tu.
So the pigs are also territorial as well?
They have territories. And as you say, they're intelligent. They do remember where.
The specific teeth that they pick for themselves.
The first week is when now wanakaka ukiwa unataka kujua ni wapi nikienda kwa maziwa. After the first week, 2 weeks hivi. The rest of the time
they have their base. Any base young. And for how long do they win? Just to ask because I'm curious.
1.5 months.
So for 1.5 months, the piglets circle a specific teeth on their mouth.
Afadhali nguruwe kufa njaa lakini isiroga placing.
Isiende nya placing. So ensure you have the 14 at least just in case you have more size of a liter size of 14 plus. So it should be good enough. That's beautiful. And probably even before we delve into the next conversation on what you need to know even as you look forward to slaughtering your pigs. You're saying if you want to slaughter a pig, chagua lienona. So what are the other factors besides kunona are we looking at for you as a pig farmer? Just before that, we were supposed to be looking at let's take a look at more facts about these pigs.
Actually, we can.
Yes, now this is very interesting. Mother pigs sing to their babies.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Do you know that? Do you know how they do it? It's interesting. They do it while suckling. Yeah.
Now pigs are interesting. They are closer to humans than we think.
But do you know the eye of a pig is similar to a human?
I know. Pig organs are compatible with human beings.
Yeah.
They're actually successful heart surgeries from pigs.
Yeah.
But are we this much alike? So they sing to their babies actually.
They sing to their babies and a pig can hear you and they can listen to you.
Yeah, we've seen the intelligence, so they can actually hear conversations.
I was once nilikuwa naongea kuhusu well the pig that ili pass last week. Nilikuwa naongea na mzee namwambia baadaye hii nguruwe tutauza ikimaliza ikimaliza tu kunyonyesha watoto. Kilikuja tu kikanini hivi kikatuangalia na macho. And he knows. Ukiwa unaongea kinakuangalia hivi tu. And it knows its name.
So they're that intelligent.
It knows its name.
So apparently pigs have at least 20 different sounds that they give, for different meanings. Some of them are, as we said, singing for their babies, to calling for mates, to saying when they're hungry or when they're ill. I only wish human beings could comprehend these sounds. But, as a pig farmer, can you tell probably sauti ni ya kelele?
Yeah, wakati kanapiga kelele, kanatoa sauti ya ni kama mtu amefinywa. It's there's something wrong about it. It's urgent.
It's urgent.
Yeah, it's urgent. Kimbia uende uangalie ni nini. Kwanza tukio tudogo actually, ukisikia kanalia, labda kuna ango kana kame unajua pigs zikiwa ndogo they're very funny. Utaona kuna moja tu inazunguka nyingine, zinacheza, mmoja anataka kuuma masikio ya nyingine.
Talk of which
Kagna, actually let me give you this fact before we can go to the next. When the pig is suckling, the only way to know a pig is suckling, one of the best ways, ni kujua kama inatoa sauti. Nguruwe ikiwa inakula haitoagi sauti. Usiambie nguruwe inakuwa
super silent.
Actually itakakaa itoka sauti kidogo and then to appreciate food.
And so thank you for this. Now that we can understand the
sounds. He loves the food. And then wakati inanyonyesha watoto inatoga sauti, hiyo sauti saa continuously.
Certain continuous sound. So that is the singing for the babies.
Yeah, inasema inakaikia unatoa ka sauti. Hiyo tu.
With a consistent pattern.
And actually, do you know what? Kama inataka kunyonywa, hiyo sauti, na hata kama mtoto wako wapi uko juu ya mabati, utakuja. They communicate, they know.
So they wow.
Yeah.
Pig world is getting now interesting now. You know, some Gate Nguruwe, you'd have been very angry before. But I think now it's getting interesting.
Yeah.
Something else is that pigs love belly rubs. You see the way you pet your dog or cat? Pigs also enjoy belly rubs from their caretakers.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you tried this as well?
Yeah, actually, it's not even the berry in any rubs.
It's not just that.
It's even more than that. Even the back rubs. Do you know how vets who manage kuilalisha chini? Kama hindo nguruwe. As this pen suggests.
Okay, we assuming now your pen is the pig.
Yeah. So now kama hindo kichwa hapa mbele, hapa ndo nyuma. Unaguzaga hapa backbone, hapa nyuma. Inaguzwa, inapapaswa, inafinywa.
It's massaged on the back side until
inaketi yenyewe. And they will take so long. Yeah.
So they're really responsive to touch as well.
Yeah, they're responsive. And they love being touched on the belly. And also here.
And also on the neck.
On the neck. Kanapenda kuguzwa. Utaona inaanza kutoa hata hiyo sauti ya ku-appreciate.
No, I think by the time we are finishing this show, Brad will surprise us. He can snore as well.
Okay, no, I don't snore.
Yes, and one last thing, even as we look at these pigs, you know, they have a very perfect sense of direction. They can remember home from kilometers away.
You know one interesting thing about that? Ukienda kununua nguruwe, ifunge macho na gunia.
Otherwise it will go back home.
Itarudi. Because a dog and a cat and a pig, zinaendaga zikiwa hivi. So they sense, they smell. Na nguruwe moja ikipita hapo, nyingine itapitia hapo.
Exactly. So they won't forget.
They won't forget.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't forget.
Wow. Hey, we'll be delving more into these facts about pig farming. But before then, now let's continue with this conversation where we are saying, you know, you have your pig already. Yeah, they have accumulated the required mass. Kwanza nguruwe uchinjwe ikiwa. When do you slaughter a pig?
I wouldn't want to pin it on time as much, but then time also matters. They are slaughtered when they have about 5.5 months to 6 months.
And how many kgs are we talking about when you're saying, you know, the 4.5 or 5 months?
Now, that brings a different dynamic. Because we've been feeding different feeds. We've been appreciating these pigs differently. So na pia nguruwe yenyewe unajua kale kamwisho kanakuwa kadogo all the way. Na ile ya kwanza inakuwa kubwa all the way.
If it's the last bone,
so kama nika last bone kataka zaidi. Yeah. So wezi pin on the number, the time and kgs. So unacheki lazima ukape time zaidi.
So it's not uniform for all pigs.
Yeah, it's not uniform for all pigs.
When it was born also matters. Whether
actually,
it's the first born or the last born.
Absolutely, do you know that? Kakitoka kakwanza kata gain weight zaidi ya zote. Most of the cases they do happen that way.
And let me ask, you know, in terms of gaining weight, do the smaller ones give children with the same weight, or the genes are not affected totally?
The genes will be a little bit affected because it's in the genes that it's also growing.
So again, you don't want last bonds.
You don't. Usikimbilie last bonds sana.
Interesting
actually,
tips.
The funny thing is that the large one inakoga sana ndume for some reason or another. Kwanza ufanye shida castrate, aitapik weight vibaya sana so fast.
So talking of castrating, you know, even before we go to these tips you're supposed to be looking at before you slaughter, when do you castrate the pigs? When do you castrate them?
Castration happens only in pin on location, actually, on time, on age also.
So
Because
age is not a factor when it comes to pigs.
Age is, well, many pig farmers will tell you on the that day when you're giving it or an injection unavunja tumeno. But the real sense is hata on the that day kunazo zikuwa ndogo, so uone testicles. So kama utaona testicles utapata umekata intestines.
Oh, you might cause some.
Yeah, you may cause some problems.
So you have to actually wait for the pig testicles to develop.
Once kutuona wewe mwenyewe unatuona. Ukituona unakata kenye unaona. Yeah, so can be on that day. Kunazo hata zinakuja zikiwa kubwa. On the that day, second day, always do on that day. Second day katapiga kelele sana. That day
is the perfect day to
do that.
So if you're growing, the pigs and you're targeting the meat, the mutton.
Yeah, absolutely.
The mutton.
Nita pork.
Oh, pork.
Mutton ni kitu nyingine no.
I was not here. So if you are targeting the pork market with your pigs, so it's advisable you castrate the male ones unless you are rearing it for reproduction.
Absolutely, that's what you do. You do that. They gain weight so fast.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And now when we say, so what do you need? When you want to slaughter
okay,
your pigs and achieve the maximum from it.
Now Kagna, you asked a question about what's the appropriate cages.
Yes,
the best cages to sell at, it's 70 plus.
So once
live weight.
Once your pig hits 70 kgs live weight,
now you can sell it. Okay, so 60 kgs, farmers do sell at 60, but then 60 utapata, Kagna, there are two types of weight when it comes to selling off your pigs.
Hey, wait, so
okay,
the pigs not only have breeds, they also have two types of weight.
Yeah,
so
actually,
what are we looking at?
It's normal even for animals, any other animals.
Is it the live weight and dead weight?
Yeah, live weight and dead weight.
I thought it's another.
I don't know.
Today I'm getting surprises left, right, center about pigs.
Yeah, so the live weight is a 60 kg one. So what happens with these ones? A 60 kg pig should be, okay, I'll use my farm as an example.
Yeah.
A 60 kg pig should be around 4 months.
That is around 4 months.
Around 4 months.
So that's like
actually
a month
even
earlier before the market?
Yeah. Actually 4 months, 3.5 months. So 4 months is the time that upasi kuchinja. But then, something about it is that fat levels zijaanza ku build up.
So it's too early.
So it's too early. That's unaambiwa your pigs or thin. Ama also unaambiwa niaje, your pigs, the meat was not mature. When you eat 60 kgs,
it's not mature.
It's not mature. Ilikuwa so soft. Ilikuwa kitu pricey sana. But many farmers actually, for consumption, they want to eat that for some reason. For some reason.
Is it better? I can tell them apart.
Of course, most people, I went to a farmer who waits for the 4th month, anakakula tu. Juka kwa soft. Lakini for market, we're doing for business.
Yes.
If you're doing for business, always sell your pig before, or when it's past 70 kgs.
And it will hit around 70 kgs after around 5 months.
After around, actually 70 kgs is about, actually it's even less than 5.
Oh.
It's less than 5. Because Kagna, this pig should be gaining 120 kgs by 5.5 months.
120 kgs.
Yeah, that's a good breed. Ulipatia breed mzuri na bado food mzuri. And it has been growing good. The first 2 months are always crucial. I always say that. Kutoka kwa maziwa, transition kwenda kwa food. It's a whole process. Gaining 120 kgs, it's possible. But then, actually many farmers do attain that. But then, it needs you to take care of every small detail. Kagna, interesting, before you can give me a point. Did you know that pigs are not labor intensive? But then they always want you to give maximum attention. nguruwe haitahitaji ubebe hii kubwa au kuje wekele ukatakate sijui kutoka hapo sijui uende weke kwa nini baadaye ukuje utoe. Pigs unakuja unaekelea but people who work in a farm wanakuja tu once in a day and they're done. Hiyo time nyingine ni kuenda kupitisha tu macho na kunywa maji nafanya hizi vitu zote.
You need to monitor them frequently, but they don't necessarily have a lot of workload when it comes to rearing them.
Absolutely. One time umezekea food yote and you're done for the day. Hadi kesho tena. Hata ng'ombe ufanye hivyo. Lakini hii
also this one you serve the food once.
Once and you're done. Na unaoshea
when they want.
Na unaoshea Unajua either way akikula 3 kg zake asubuhi na amalize bado amekula 3 kg.
So they won't be hungry.
Yeah, they won't be hungry.
Makes a lot of sense. Now even as we've talked about eating these pigs as we're looking to become even healthier. But even before we head for this short commercial break, just to send a message out there to you coffee farmers and tea farmers, and even as we talk about pig health and everything else, I think the most important thing is about our health ourselves.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So something that is very important for yourself, even in this period as we are talking about the pandemic going round, is to ensure that you are vaccinated, just to secure you as a farmer right there, to ensure that your health is on point, because we say the health of the farmer determines the health of the farm. Your farm is only as healthy as you can be as a farmer. So activations are ongoing courtesy of Producers Direct, where you're supposed to be coming and getting vaccination for free of charge. So in case you hear these in your neighborhood, turn up, ensure that you get vaccinated, and you don't have to wait for them. You can also take the initiative and look for the closest health facility where vaccination is being offered for COVID-19. Remember, all these courtesy of Producers Direct. Now we're headed for this break. We'll be back in a short while.
Agrovet shops are important outlets where farmers can easily get seeds, pesticides, and other farm inputs that are vital for successful crop and animal production.
Agrovets are very key to society because you find that the agrovet attendant is the closest person, is the closest expert that you have who can advise you on the product that you can use on what crop.
Agro dealers and their agents assist farmers in providing quality inputs. Here are some of the guidelines that appropriators should look out for before starting an agrovet business. Choose a location that is suitable and does not pose any undue risk to people and the environment.
When we are licensing the agrovets, we look at the physical structure of the facility, whereby the facility should be well ventilated, it should have enough space, should have shelves.
Business location is an essential factor to excel in agrovet business. Agrovets thrive well near agricultural farms. You need to consider the competition in the area. An appropriate agrovet shop has several qualities, including accessibility to customers, security, adequate storage space, ventilation, adequate water supply. When starting your agrovet business, it is important to ensure you have a neat display that communicates reliability and credibility. Ensure you can distinguish between genuine suppliers, seeking out accredited dealers to avoid buying counterfeit goods. Obtain a license from the requisite regulators such as the Pest Controls Board and display it prominently on the premises. To kick off a successful agrovet business, you will need to meet all the legal requirements.
If you want to get into this business of operating an agrovet, the first thing that you should do is to get into our website, whereby you can get a form, an application that is premises licensing form whereby you can fill the form, or you can visit either of our region offices in Nairobi, Nakuru, Kisumu, Mombasa, and Embu. Then you are required to attach your academic certificate, and you also attach, for you to be a licensed agrovet, you must have a license from the county government.
You will need a county business permit. This is the common permit that is needed for all businesses. If you intend to stock seeds, you will require licensing from the Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service, KEPHIS.
KEPHIS has come up with different measures to ensure that the produce that is placed in the market and also exported is meeting market requirement and also food safety standards. We analyze agrochemicals, that is now the pesticide formulations, to ensure that what's again being formulated and also sold in the Kenya market also meets the set specifications.
You will also need to commit yourself to not sell counterfeits by signing the Code of Conduct on Pesticide Management through accreditation by the Agrochemicals Association of Kenya. Here, members follow the Code of Conduct on Pesticide Management, which the industry uses for self-regulation. Through the code, AAK encourages the best practices for agro-dealers, including responsible pesticide use and ethical business practice. Pesticides may pose risks to humans and the environment from manufacture to usage. One source of risk is during storage and handling at the point of supply to users. The pesticide should be stored under suitable conditions to maintain its physical and chemical properties until the end user receives it. Spillage could occur directly on persons handling them, contamination of food, or leakage into the environment during the various stages of transportation, loading, unloading, and storage. As a proprietor, you should prioritize the safety of your products. One way of doing this is through proper placement. Pesticides should not be placed directly on the ground or on areas prone to flooding. Floor spaces should be uncluttered in a way that permits easy inspection and to allow free flow of air. This also enables immediate cleanup in the events of any leakage or spills, which will be easily visible. Containers should be well arranged to minimize unnecessary handling and to avoid mechanical damage. As a general principle, systems of storage should be flexible and adaptable.
We have a curriculum that we train our farmers with, and it starts with encouraging them to adopt integrated pest management, which is basically giving them options that they can use apart from pesticides. Once they understand this, they are able to responsibly use the pesticides because they understand that they do not need to always resort to pesticides whenever they have an infestation on their farm.
Remember, proper usage of pesticides increases yields and market access for your produce. Food safety is everyone's responsibility, starting with the farmer. Dawa bora, mazao bora.
Well, welcome back. This is Farm Drive with me, David Kagina, and the pig farmer that has been surprising us with facts about pig farming right here. Say your name in case someone is joining us and they've not met you, sir.
My name is Brian Wanda.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now, right before the break, we were having an interesting conversation, on things to look at for you to slaughter your pig. But I'm here with the last facts, the last round of facts about pigs. Today we are learning too much about pigs. Personally, I I had done my research, but I'm being shocked right here by Brian Wanda as he shares, notes from experience. And one more fact about pigs is that they love sleeping nose to nose. Yeah, their nose is touching. Their love language must be physical touch. And then something else that we had highlighted is that they have a really good memory.
Yeah. They can remember you, but
exceptionally. Yeah. Including if you tried to slaughter it at one spot and then changed your mind, the next moment you bring it at the same spot, it will remember.
This is a butcher.
This is the butcher. And now talking of slaughtering, Brian, we had highlighted, of when to slaughter these cattle, these pigs we are talking about, to obtain the mutton and all. Are there other things that we need to put in place? Like in cows, we have hide, we have hoofs, we have the horns that we take care of. In sheep, we have the wool and everything. Same to other animals. In pigs, they don't even have skin paws. Are there anything else that we can obtain from them, besides the pork?
Absolutely, Kagna. Once you have a pig and it's ready to be slaughtered, it's always good to consider the fact that first, this pig has more than pork. It's more than pork. So it has the head, kichwa yenyewe.
Oh, it's not counted among...
Kagna ushio kichwa, nguruwe. Unajua nani ukule hiyo kichwa?
No.
It's always advisable to give your farm workers. Pelekea tu wapatie ile ya kuambia asante sana.
So it's edible.
It's edible.
To serve it.
It's edible.
It's edible. Because I've never seen it anywhere.
It's edible.
Butcher nimeona kichwa ya mbuzi, kichwa ya ng'ombe, supu. I've never seen a pig's head. So this one is consumed by the farm workers mostly.
Unaambia hiyo kwenye supu. And they have ever eaten on. Tamu sana.
Delicious.
Tamu sana.
So there's a head that potentially can be it's consumed as well.
It's consumed. I think we're still in the process of commercializing it.
So it's just not yet.
Yeah.
Because you can imagine asking for food. I think I've seen it in other countries, but Kenya not yet. But you can imagine asking for
pig head.
For pig head. And there comes the snorkells with two big nostrils.
But I think actually, now that we are here in A-Farmers Media, we should go to one of the big abattoirs and go know what they do with their heads, because they don't have only work farmers.
Yes, because they probably we're looking at someone who's slaughtering like 20 pigs plus.
Even in a day.
Unless you're giving 3 of them to one pig farmer, I think if you give them today, next week they'll be bored.
And funny enough, some even give the dogs.
So the dogs are fed as well. We might be looking at potentially people who keep dogs coming for pig heads as food for their dogs.
Absolutely. You just need to break it down. And then, of course, actually a pig, ya mbwa upasi hata kufanya vitu mob sana. But then, ifanyie kitu ya heshima.
Nice. And now we are talking about, we have the pork itself. This is the large body mass.
The large body mass.
We have the head.
This is the head.
Which not yet commercialized formally. But we said it potentially can be
something. Can be something.
Because it's edible. What else can we obtain from pigs?
Before I can give you a aha moment, there's also wolves.
Wolves?
Wolves.
Pigs have wolves?
Pigs have wolves. Nguru kanyaga chini aje. Try to remember the
I'm trying to think why were pigs not eaten initially in the Bible? What? They don't chew cud.
They don't chew cud.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
actually,
they have wolves.
They're monogastric. So they wanakanyaga vizuri. So wakona hizo kama zinaitwaje?
Ni hoofs.
Hoofs.
Yeah. So that means if they're monogastric, that means matumbo yao we can't eat matumbo ya nguruwe.
But then usiwahi kula matumbo ya nguruwe.
So
don't you ever do that?
There's no salvaging for that.
No, please don't.
Value addition.
No, please don't.
Get rid of that.
You see, out of the live weight, 30% is dead weight. So the 30% is the waste, which gives you the dead weight. Part of the waste is internal organs, which is sana intestines.
Because it's monogastric.
It's monogastric.
Its intestines are not good for
human
consumption.
Ni kama mtu.
I don't want to give that example. Ni kama mwenzako, but
don't you ever eat? Uenda mali kwa hoteli ukasema nisaidie matumbo ya nguruwe.
So you don't consume pig.
Might have some bacterial infections coming with it. So please don't.
Right. So there's the head, there's pork.
Yeah.
There's the hooves.
The hooves, I've heard stories that they do make shoes.
The hooves.
Yeah.
They're actually also good for making buttons.
Yeah, buttons. They do that also.
Yeah, they make really good buttons.
Yeah.
I collect buttons. So,
yeah.
There's some I was told they're made from pigs.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
You're very excited about
that.
Yeah, actually, yeah. And then now we have the aha moment. Do you know, Kagna, today you used your toothbrush.
Yes.
And also you maybe used some brush to also work on your shoes.
Yes.
Ever thought where that manuele comes from?
The manueles
on toothbrushes and stuff.
Probably, okay, not trees. Is it not plastic?
No plastic. It's not plastic.
No, don't tell me what I'm thinking.
Kagna, I want to challenge you today to go burn a little bit of your sana brush ya kunini viatu.
Yeah, the shoe brush.
Rangi. The shoe brush. Go burn it. Itatoa sauti ya. You can always burn. You can always know the material by how it smells when it's burnt.
Yes. You can tell if it's.
So hiyo ni nguruwe. Mob ni za nguruwe. So people are creating brushes from nguruwe. Tule tunini tunaitwaje?
The bristles.
Yeah.
So
bristles.
Wow.
Yeah, they're doing that. So if you're talking about value addition, it's a whole new topic with pigs. And part of this pig, part of this pork, Kagna, it's not all pork that is all the same.
They fetch different prices?
Different prices.
Depending on the part?
There's the ham. There's, of course, the steak.
Wait.
There's the ribs.
There's too much information right here that I'm consuming. And I believe the farmer as well. Yeah. Right here. So maybe just let's get done with what else we can obtain from these pigs. We will come to diversifying on what the pork entails.
Yeah.
We have the head, we have the hooves, we have the pork itself, and then we are talking about brush bristles that are made from pigs.
Yeah, they do.
So how many pigs do I need to slaughter to make one brush?
Kagna, I won't lie to you. I don't know much about the end of creating the brush, but from the people I've heard them say that one pig will give you one brush.
Wow. Wow. So how many pigs do you have in your house?
Even might even give you more, depending on how old the pig is. So that's how hard they are.
Because they're really tough.
Yeah, they're really tough.
With that hair, it's tough.
So if you know it's tough, now you know where it goes.
It makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
So there are people who don't consume pigs, but brush their teeth on a daily using.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pig.
Maybe you even have a pig product in your house. You never know.
There's a very high chance. Your shirt buttons could be made from pig hooves.
Yeah.
And your toothbrush and shoe brush.
Absolutely,
pig
Kagna.
hair.
Absolutely, Kagna.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Something else apart from the hair? Or that's the list now is coming close to an end?
No, I think I would say basically that's it. We'll say that.
For the pigs now.
Yeah, that's our whole pig.
So don't just think about when you're thinking about production in pigs, don't just have the pork in mind.
Yeah.
Also broaden it to other products. Think of what you can do with the head. Think of value addition for the hoofs as well as the hair.
Yeah.
I think we should bring someone on board, someone who's doing the processing of this materials.
Yeah, absolutely, Kagna. I did touch the one that actually passed on last week. Ngeguza nywele yake ilikuwa na kuspike hata kwa sababu ya gumu.
It's that hard.
It's that hard. You can even have more than 3 brushes from it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So okay, no, that was a silly idea. I was just thinking of going with my shoes and paste to the pork.
No, please. Take care of your pigs as if they're your pets, my friend. Msikubali zifanyie vitu.
So now moving on, you have hinted something when it comes to pork.
Yeah.
You've said we have, it's not, pork doesn't, is a broadcast.
Yeah.
Is a bracket.
Yeah.
For the products for pig meat.
Yeah.
Yes. So you were saying that we have ham, and what's the difference?
Okay.
What's the difference in all of this?
There's for example, Kongu. Unajua soboko.
Okay, educate me, enlighten.
So now more of tuseme ng'ombe imekatwa hapa. Imekatwa kwa mguu.
On the hip.
Sana on the hip. Hiyo nyama haipaswi kuuzwa the same na ribs. Do you know that?
So ribs fetch higher.
Ribs in different circumstances they might fetch higher. The ham might even fetch more.
So wait, so where does the ham, from which part of the pig do we get the ham?
From the leg.
From the leg?
Yeah, from the leg.
You know, steak, that's different.
Sa hiyo unakata pamoja. Oh, I didn't tell you this. Unakata pamoja na bone. Ever had some nyama yenye iko na bone, iko na bone marrow ndani?
Yes.
Hiyo ikitengenezwa vizuri inaitwa osoboko. Osoboko.
Is that an English term?
I've never known where it comes from, but then I think it hit my attention the first day. Just like it did from you. It was quite interesting.
Sounds like a name to remember. I should go at some of these
yeah.
where they
actually, I think
pigs and ask for that.
Yeah.
Osoboko.
Actually, no, this one is for cows.
Oh, this
for
is
pigs,
for cows.
it's called ham.
For pigs, it's so when the bone from the hip comes with some flesh, that is called ham.
Yeah, that's a ham.
That's from the legs of the pigs.
Yeah. Then there's the ribs.
And then there's the ribs. Now.
Have you ever had some pig ribs?
Pig ribs. Yes, I've actually consumed pig ribs.
And they're very sweet.
They're my favorite.
And you know how you prepare the ham is not how you prepare the ribs.
Wow.
Because
reason being
the ribs are best zikiwa zimefanywa nyama choma. Huwezi fanyia osoboko ama ham nyama choma sana.
You'll strain,
You'll strain. But the ribs, oh man. Finger licking good.
I love pork ribs.
Pork ribs, pole sana kwa kuangusha appetite, but
wow. Interesting. So we have the ham, we have the pork ribs.
Yeah.
We have other things. We have the bacon, for example. Where do we get this from?
No, the bacon is more of the I would say if you know how to slash the flesh without the bone, inaweza kuwa ni ham nini?
It can be the same place where
can be the same place.
From the foot of the pig.
Yeah.
But now does not have the bone.
Yeah. Can also be from the body by itself. Hapo kwa ribs, badala si unajua kuna watu toa hadi ribs zote. So badala utoe ubakishe uweke ribs zote pamoja na nyama yote. Unakata pia hivyo.
Also you reduce
una reduce kidogo and then unachukua ikiwa nyama kivyake. Remember you're slaughtering an animal that's 120 kgs. So it has some good weight.
So it has
mafuta pia.
Enough. And then talk of which, I've gone to a pig place one time and they told me kuna nyama ya nguruwe and then kuna nyama ya nguruwe that's cheaper. So I inquired about the difference and they told me it's the fat content.
Yeah.
So if the fatter the pig, the better it is for the market. How comes the fat fetches low in the market?
Because fat is
does weight not directly translate to the fat content?
There is a standard that you need to reach. Nguruwe unasikia nguruwe ni oversize.
Is that good news?
No, that's not good news. A normal pig should have I'm trying to remember something around 300 millimeters.
Fat content.
Fat content.
So it should be limited. So the pig should be big, yes.
Yeah.
But it should not majorly be made of fat.
Pasa kwa nyama.
But we're saying the pig is fat.
Is it?
Wow.
Well, actually, the pig should you should know that a normal pig should not have so much fat content. It should be a balance. But then very many butchers know how to navigate with this. So what they do is that they sell to you differently. That's value addition right there.
So they separate them.
Yeah, they separate
the
steak.
the steak from the fat.
Because from the beginning, they want to sell these fat together with the meat. That's why it's cheaper.
So it's supposed to be part of the meat, but now separating them, you make more money.
Juni kubwa. Na huku umeona wanakuzia cheaper.
So they'll still sell the pig at the price of the meat.
Yeah.
And then sell fat
Kagna,
on the side.
the most interesting thing in a butchery is that they do different things from it. Unaletewa mnyama mzima mwenye maybe amekatwa kichwa nini ameletwa hapo amepigwa stamp ya health. Lakini anafanya vitu different. Anauza ribs separately, anauza ham separately, anauza mafuta separately. Na huja moli muzia nguruwe moja. So farmers need to do value addition.
So talk of which now, even as we now venture into before we get to the butcherman, we've talked clearly of things that you should consider. Before slaughtering, we've talked about the weight. Ensure it's at least above 70. Should be at least 5 months for the meat to be mature.
I would say 5 months plus.
5 months plus.
Yeah.
So it might go to 5.5 months.
5.5 months, 6 months. Ikifika 7th month, hachana nayo.
Don't sell it.
Don't sell it.
Why?
Okay, you might sell it, but then what happens is, as a farmer, you need to know that there's a business aspect and the science. The science is okay, utaendelea. Lakini what happens is, actually the business side itaendelea, lakini the science side itasimama. Because the highest growth rate, the best growth rate is witnessed in between the first 6 months.
So they start losing weight after that?
What happens is they start gaining weight at a low rate. So the conversion is not as good.
So they'll be consuming more food than the cages they are. So business-wise, it's not wise
viable
to keep your pigs past
6 months.
Past 6 months.
Yeah.
So between 5 and 7 months is the right time.
Yeah, you can leverage on your pigs
to sell your pigs.
Yeah, do that.
In general.
Yeah, do that.
And so when it comes to sales, now this is a very interesting conversation. How much does a kg fetch? What do you look at before you decide the pricing? Before we've been with Noah here before, and the conversations that we had is, for a farmer, it's very essential that you know your cost of production. So are we looking at all these things before we decide the price for pig, for pork, or other pig produce, or is there a set standard for the prices?
All right. I'll tell you one thing. Nowadays, it's never cast on stone. You can go an extra mile. What happens is now it's cast on stone on some abattoirs. I will say one large producer is Farmer's Choice.
So they have a constant price for them.
They have a constant price. Even for pigs of different fat level, different age. No different age, but different weight.
Different weight.
Yeah.
That is live weight or dead weight.
Yeah. No. That's Farmers Choice buy from your farm, so that's live weight.
Oh, they buy a walking pig.
Yeah, they buy a walking pig. You don't slaughter it on their behalf. Yeah.
So around how much package are we talking about? If for example, for an ordinary pig.
For an ordinary pig, they're divided into. These you who bought, you're in contract with them. You're a contract farmer. They have 10 shillings on top of a normal person. So what they do is, I think right now it's fetching 230 something shillings.
Around 230 shillings per kg.
Yeah.
That is for some abattoirs.
Yeah, some abattoirs.
Large scale ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so, kama nimekuja na nguruwe zangu na sikuwa na contract na nyinyi.
Yeah. So if you had a contract, it goes to around 240
something.
Beautiful.
I think that's the latest. I've not been selling to Farmers Choice for some reason, but then I always feel as if when you go an extra mile of even doing something little,
so you can do extra and get extra. More from these
Absolutely.
All
you
right,
can do extra.
We'll be delving. Hold on, just hold at that. Let's go for this the last break, even right here, briefly for commercials. Then we'll be back in a jiffy to continue with that conversation right there. You've heard just how much it can fetch, and Brian says he he as a pig farmer has not been selling to the large scale abattoirs. Now we want to know where has he been taking his pigs and how much has he been fetching from where he has been taking his pigs, to know that is it worth it, so that we can weigh both markets and see what's up. That we'll be handling that right after this break. Well, the conversation is getting heated. The conversation is getting heated all over as we are talking about, you know, the 1, 2, 3s of a pig farming. Even as we talk about Okay, mnatusikia kwanza? Well, the conversation is getting heated right here, even as we delve into the world of pig farming, talking about how to rear these pigs. But even before we could get into that conversation, remember, Brian, we are talking to farmers who have been, practicing what we would call modern farming.
Yeah.
And among the things they've really engaged is the use of pesticides.
Yeah.
And we are pushing for the safe use of this pesticide, because we're saying, even, Brian, you're counting the loss of one of your
Absolutely,
of your pigs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and one of the things you've said you're suspecting is probably there's someone who stepped on.
I'm suspecting that might be when the disinfectant was put in place, the ratios that should be there were maybe not as they should.
And now you are counting the loss of one pig.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking. It was mature.
Yeah, Kagna, it was a big pig with one of the fastest. It was the fastest. It provided the fastest growth rate for the kids.
For the litter.
Yeah.
Wow. So as you can see, this is just one of the repercussions where you could encounter with improper use of pesticides.
Absolutely.
And that's why we are sensitizing farmers and keep insisting that we're pushing for the safe use of these pesticides. Remember #Dawa Bora Mazao Bora. Markup Kenya and UNIDO are pushing this campaign where they're urging farmers to keep, if it's a product that you're using from the supermarket or from the agrovet specifically where you're buying it from, ensure that you read the label clearly. #Soma label. The beauty about reading the label on your product, it ensures that you understand not just the importance of the name and brand of the product or its verification by the boards that are necessary, but it also ensures that the product, you get the clear instructions on how to use the products, just to ensure that you do not encounter losses from that. And here we are talking of an animal on a farm. This could be you as a farmer or your child or someone close to you, and the repercussions could be bad. And so we are pushing for you to read the label so that you can use the pesticide in the correct specimen, in the correct measurements, and not to over dilute it, again, not to use it while it's over too much concentrated. And that, remember, that is courtesy of UNIDO and Markup Kenya as well. And now moving on to a conversation, Brian, we had talked of potential places where you can dispose of your pigs after they are mature. You've said personally you've never sold to these abattoirs, yet they have a constant price. And why would that be so?
All right. As you said, they have a constant price, ready market. You can dispose anytime you want to. But then, Kagna, you can fetch more. You're worth more than, your farm is worth more than that.
More than the 230. And wait, the 230 we are talking about here per kg, have you recovered your cost of production by this point?
Okay, I wouldn't want to more of say that you have not or you have, but then the profit margin, okay, assuming you have, let's even count it right now, yeah? Assuming you have 100 kgs pig, you lost 30 kgs, which is 30 kgs is 30% is always the waste.
The waste, for example, the intestines we are talking about that cannot be consumed. And other
so you have 70 kgs. 70 kgs times 235 gives you, even 230 will give you something in between 14,400.
Around 14,000.
Yeah, 14,000. Actually, 14,100.
14,100 for one pig.
14,100.
And this is not. You are saying this is not enough.
Yeah, 14,100. Kagna, you should even you should not even make more than 20,000 from one pig.
From one pig.
Yeah, and let me show you how to make it. It's very easy. Kagna, I'll need you to counter check the mathematics. These mathematics that I did.
Keep you bumper to bumper.
Yeah, actually,
we really need to get the numbers right.
It's 16,100. 16,100.
16,100. Yeah. If you are going to be selling to these wholesale abattoirs, farmers choice, for example, the leading in the country.
For example, now the latest thing that has been happening is farmers choice might have increased the cost of of late this double taxation. there's double taxation on transportation of pigs. So for example, you're a farmer in Meru, you have pigs that you need to bring to Nairobi, organize how they can come. You have a lorry that is charging you 45 shillings per kilometer. So let me say your transportation cost, it's in between 6,000 from Meru, 6,000 to 10,000. So you have this, umepeleka, kama ni weekly, umepeleka nguruwe 4-5. Let's even say 10. If you're doing that, actually, hii lorry haitabeba hata 5. Itabeba 10, itabeba 5 maximum. She'll even carry maximum ya 5. So, ukipiga hesabu ya transportation cost, utoe kwa 16,100. Na bado uendelee kutoa pesa kwa, of course, licenses zenye umekata. Unapaswa kuwa na permit by the way kubeba nguruwe.
Oh, to transport it, you need a permit as well.
You need a permit.
Oh, wow.
And of course now, things that now, the price itself, the buying price is low. So most farmers have been doing this. I don't want it to look like a campaign against farmers' choice, but then we're sensitizing the farmer of how they can create an extra penny.
From the pigs now, from the pig rearing. Diversify.
Yeah. So today we're dealing with pork. Maybe another day we're going to deal with how you can specialize, even selling the different breeds.
Yeah. Oh.
And actually breeds do sell better.
There are breeds which sell, which fetch higher prices.
Actually, we will end the show by giving you one good hint. But then, Kagna, do you know you can take an extra step? And this 100 kg pig, slaughter it by yourself. What you need is a permit from health. You don't need a big structure.
What do you need to get the permit?
Of course, you need to meet the standards.
So you'll have to call a health officer.
Yeah, health officer.
To your place where
to your place.
Kuja
angalie standards za mali zinakaa. And then ikichinjwa kama iko na tushida huku ndani.
So they'll be there for inspection.
They'll be there. And then they don't ask much, though they stick to the standard. They stick to the standard. So once you have that,
who pays them? You pay them? Or they come for free?
Actually, more of them will come for free, lakini unaweza chote ile kidogo ya appreciate au kukuja. Not to corrupt them. Don't get it twisted. Ile ya kuambia asante.
Just appreciation.
Actually, appreciation for coming. And of course, you know, they're also part of the value chain. So, kama wewe ni mtu generous, ya kuambia asante sana kwa kuja, and also helping the value chain, it's okay. But then you should not corrupt them, because again this but more of, I think there's also a charge that is connected to it,
but it's an affordable
charge. Very much affordable.
Very affordable.
Very much affordable.
So you're saying to slaughter we need the health stamp?
You need the health stamp. Then from there you need hot water.
Hot water?
Yeah.
For what now?
Hot water will help utamwagilia nguruwe wakati shakufa. Wakati ushaikata kichwa.
Oh, not when it's alive.
No, please don't do that. Animals should not suffer while dying.
Animals have rights too as well.
Yeah, they have rights too. And while some abattoirs always use shock.
To
one time
to kill the animals.
You should not even use an axe to hit. Though, well, we have seen farmers use that, but then it's not recommendable. If you can give it the fastest
death,
I would say painless death.
Shorten the process for
its suffering. So you need that. You need hot water to kupanguza. You know, hot water helps zile mwenyewe kuachilia skin. So that's why now you need hot water, and then kakisu tu kakuscrub.
So you don't skin these pigs?
No, you don't. Pigs are not skinned. Go to your local butcher one day. You'll see the skin. Yeah.
So essentially what you do, you are shaving these pigs. For lack of a better word.
You're shaving your pig.
So the hot water is for shaving the pigs to remove to get rid of the hair.
Yeah.
And it's just ready for. You mean there's someone who consumes the direct surface?
Yeah. Okay. What happens is people don't love the skin as much, but then the place. If you went to that place, I've I've thought that they did sell to you some skin.
Yeah. Though I did not order the fat, the one with fat. I took the ribs, obviously.
You took the ribs.
Yeah, but I asked the content, and they told me the content for the cheaper one.
Yeah.
The cheaper version of the pork
plus the skin
is more of the fat and the skin.
Yeah, they do that. Actually, I've friends who even do value addition on the skin. That's a story we're gonna talk about another day.
What can you get from pig skin? Just to mention, even as we go.
People say that it can help in kutengeneza viatu. Yeah.
So pig shoes. Wow. Lovely.
That's another story.
Yes, but
basically, what you need health stamp,
hot water for
hot
skin.
water.
Yeah.
Well, I will need to counter check this one with animal health. If you can use an axe, but then people have been using axes for some reason or another.
Or to hit them unconscious.
Yeah. But then they should be struck with a shock. For one time too. And then from there, what else do you need? Actually, you're done.
That's that for slaughtering.
12 vitu za ndani too, and you're done.
Also, you do the intestine. You get rid of them like normally, just like the sheep and cows.
Yeah. Actually, okay. Do you know the structures ni kama nini tu, ni kama ya mbuzi. Kama ushaichimja mbuzi unaweza chinja.
Oh, you slaughter in the same way.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And so once you've slaughtered them, is there something special that needs to be done to these pigs, before you sell them? For example, like there's a time I was into rabbit farming, and
you need to clean it up.
Advised to, after cleaning it up, you have to hang it for some time for it to drain water.
So for it to drain.
So for the pigs, do you consume them directly like the cows and goats, or is it different?
Really, after the pig is done, it's done.
So once it's slaughtered, it's ready to be consumed.
It's ready to be
you can just cut your chunk and go cook.
Yeah, absolutely, you can do that.
Oh wow!
And actually, what you do, you don't need to have very many pigs to slaughter. You can do one per day, or one per week, even one per month. You don't need to take it to a big slaughterhouse or do what.
So you can
do
work
it
with
locally.
your local butcher.
Many pig farmers have a section kadogo tu, ni kama mali tuko tu. Wametengeneza some hook, some poles za kushikilia, one hook, inashikwa hapa. Okay, wakati ishamalizwa, inashikwa tu, unachinja, unamaliza, unaita watu ushaisikia butcher akisema nimeenda kuchinjisha mahali.
So there are people.
That's what they do, absolutely. Si eti wanapeleka kwa abattoirs. What they do is just unakuja kwa farm, unachinjia hapo yako, unapatia pesa, wende. And it's one trick that you need to know, that if you're going to sell a live weight pig at the farm gate, agree on the prices first. Kabla ijatoka.
Please. So you need to settle for a specific. If you want to sell your pigs, agree on the prices way before the money leave before the pigs leave your farm.
Absolutely, Captain.
Why so?
There's one abattoir notoriously somewhere on Dicker Road somewhere. It did dupe farmers some time back.
Oh.
Unatoka nguruwe yako ni 100 kgs umekubaliana. So and it lose ni something about 30 kgs.
So you
which
sell,
is about 30%.
So you
sell 70 kgs.
70 kgs.
So hiyo ndo unajua pesa itarudi. Lakini the funny thing is that they come tell you that unajua nguruwe yako ilikuwa na fat level kubwa sana, because they did access the inside. So you didn't access the inside, so you don't know about anything about.
And you can't argue because you don't know about fat levels and everything.
Ushapeleka mbuzi yenda ichinje, and then uende uambiwe na mwenye ameenda kuchinjisha atio liver ilikuwa na 2 worms.
Yeah, it happened before. I think remember lungs walipata wadudu.
Yeah, lungs walipata wadudu. What some of those things are not true. It's because you don't follow up. And many of them have known that trick. And what they do is that wanatafuta watu wengi, wanatafuta customers ile side nyingine. So ndo wana link. Then they give you an excuse.
So they dope you and then make profits on your behalf. So when they tell you it has more fat content, does it mean pigs with more fat content fetch lesser?
Pigs with much fat content fetch less. But then it's past the recommended the recommended, I would say,
guideline.
a guideline.
Yeah, so if it passes a certain percentage,
Yeah. So mtu akikuja nunue nguruwe kwako, agree on the price, farm gate.
And is there somewhere you sign, you guys, or do they pay cash?
No, they need to pay cash to you.
Also, they give you cash.
Yeah, I'ma just make an agreement that you're sure they're not going to change the money. Because again, we're in the business of making money.
And people can dupe others to
people
make
do
profits.
leverage on opportunities.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I think we've just touched on the skin of this topic when it comes to, maximizing when it comes to rearing of pigs. We've talked about the best breeds.
Yeah.
Today I have known facts. I had facts from, there's theory and there's practice. Today I've learned lots of things about pigs. Among the most exciting ones is that pigs sing for their piglets. And that a piglet has one teat specific that it takes milk from birth, to when it stops winning. I really have consumed a lot on this conversation, from pig farming, and I believe the conversation has been enlightening as well for you who has been viewing these. In case you have any pointers and any talks, you can let us know in the comment section. In case you have any queries, matters pig farming, we have Brian Mwenda here who is a pig farmer. I will ensure he answers all your concerns. Just list them down on our comment section so that he will be addressing all that. And just in case you have any other queries, remember we have our page right there, A Farmers Media on Facebook, A Farmers with a Z on Instagram, as well as A Farmers_media on Twitter. Reach out with all these concerns, ask these questions, Brian, in case some of these people might want to follow you on social media.
Everything on my social media pages, it's Brian Mwenda.
Brian Mwenda everywhere. Sawa. Let's engage with him, and remember, when you're engaging him about pigs, tag the hashtag farm drive, hashtag A Farmers Media, so that we can discuss with these and also engage other experts on your concern. And also we have A Farmers Media, African Farmers Club on Facebook. Join there, in case you've not joined there already. And indicate, you can introduce yourself as a pig farmer, so that you can get to engage with other pig farmers as well and exchange notes.
Can I give you one last?
Yes, you had a hint for us. I haven't forgotten that.
All right.
That before we leave this show.
All right. Well, okay. When we'll be back, when we can later talk about the other business. You don't need to say pork.
We will get to explore more. Yeah, we said there's more than just
pork. You can
pork.
fetch up to 35,000 from one pig. Yeah, you can. Even up to 40,000.
41 pig.
Even 50.
No, Brian, you can't just be giving us a hint of how much we can make money when we are wrapping up the show.
There is a farmer who wanted to sell to me a pig that's 50 and 50k.
At 50,000.
Yeah.
So depending on the different parts and what determines the difference in
it's some trick. Sana kama near breeding.
So
kama
pigs for breeding fetch higher.
They fetch higher. That's why they shoot the prices high.
Interesting.
Kagna once you have your sow, and sow ni yule mama mwenye amepatiwa once.
The female.
The female. Amepatiwa once, the farrowed ones. If you can give them ndume, you see, period in 3 months.
Yes.
Gestation. 3 months.
Gestation period for the pigs are 3 months.
3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So kama utangoja hadi the 3rd month uuze, nilikuwa na record mzuri. And you have a good breed. Ulipatia ndume mzuri pia. You can sell at even 40, 50.
So you can sell. Another way of selling this pig is ensuring it has it's expectant.
Yeah. Okay, that's
before it farrows.
Absolutely. That's a business we're going to talk about. Wow. But now let me give you now the aha moment now.
Okay.
Pigs.
Okay, we need to wrap up, Brian. Time is going on our side.
There's a myth that pigs do eat their kids.
Do they? Do they not?
They don't eat their kids. If they have enough food. Pigs don't. And I want to tell you the truth. Pigs don't. In my farm, I've never lost even one. In many farms that I've visited from different farmers, they have never lost even one. Mortality rate in my farm has been 0.
And until the recent accident.
And until that, and more of the mortality rate happens when they are young, in between 1 and 2 months.
So you've not lost?
I've never lost
piglets
because mama kukula. Usiambiwa mama narudishia mwili pole.
So it's if you're so feeds on the piglets, it's an indicator that
it's not feeding well.
They have not fed well.
Yeah, or they're missing out on a certain nutrient.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, Brian, this whole conversation is quite wide. We cannot complete or exhaust it maximally today, but we will indeed delve more into this conversation. I think, Brian, we have not maximized utilizing matters pig farming. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it from us today here on Farm Drive. Remember, we come to you every Monday to Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. and we talk about matters value addition on your farm to ensure that you also find your place in the value chain. Thank you for joining us. Till next time.